You are tuned in right now with Pastor Denzel right here on Glory 93.9. Yep.
This is Jay Todd, and you're listening to Pastor Denzel on Glory 93.9 FM.
Loud in my ears. I hope they can hear me up there. So glad to have you tuned in to Glory 93.9 on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. It is 5:30. We are 5:31. We're a tad bit late today. Had one or two technical things we needed to get sorted out, but we're good to go now. And so we're glad that you're locked in here with us with the brethren for Barbershop Talk. Yes, Barbershop Talk is back with you. It is so refreshing. Had occasion to be at PMH today, and I was stopped
inside the hospital.
I was at PMH today, and I was. Oh, that's why you move over there. Too late now, buddy. Too late now. I was at PMH today, and the amount of persons that stopped me to say they listen to Barbershop Talk, it shocked me.
For sure.
I kid you not.
Wow.
It wasn't one or two or three. It was quite a number of persons that said, "Boy, keep it up with Barbershop Talk."
That's good. Man.
You know, so to all of you that saw me today at PMH.
Just to make sure. You gotta clarify that. Fix it.
All of you that saw me, thanks for tuning in. We're so glad. The amount of persons that were missing us since we were off the air, that means a lot. And so we commit to you that we're back, the brethren are back. And you can know that you see this, that there are times that we don't have the full complement, but we're still here. And that's what we're going to be doing. Today is one of those days we don't have the full staff. Oh, man, Latoya, man, we appreciate you. Latoya Brown says, I love the show. Latoya Brown, the show loves you as well.
Thank you very much, Latoya Brown.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
We love you as well. So we're so glad that you guys are here tuning with us. Let's go ahead and get going on today. We apologize that we don't have Mr. Wilson. He could not be with us today. Neither Mr. Taylor. Mr. Taylor's missed 2 shows back to back, parenthetically, and we'll be keeping account of this.
Keep it in my prayers, man.
Let's keep him covered in prayers.
Yeah.
You know, because what happened is when Judgment Day comes and we tell him that he missed a whole lot of shows, he'll be like, "No, I missed that much shows." That's what typically happens. It always typically we say, but Kenyatta, you missed but 15 shows. Then he gets feelings.
Somebody send him the link then. Send him the link so he can tune in right here.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, so he can tune in, so he can know. And this, like I said, there's 2 back-to-back that he has missed. And I can't figure out where to put my mic. I can't see myself.
Better put your phone on selfie mode then.
I know. So I have those who are chiming in, those who listen to by way of Glory 93.9, welcome. Those of you that are I cover these comments right now. Those of you that are listening by way of TuneIn Radio, welcome to you. And of course, the many of you that are on Facebook Live that are pressing share even as I speak. Those of you on Facebook Live, I know that you are in the process of sharing. Who haven't done it, you about to share right now. Change your name to Sharon. All right?
Share it.
So go ahead and share it. Help us get the word out. Now, today, there's something that I wanted to, we don't ever plan for these shows because this is Barbershop Talk. And if we do too much planning, then it will not be consistent with Barbershop. In the Barbershop, you don't plan topics, you just come in and start talking. Yeah. And that's the whole idea of this show. I want to make sure that I always remind persons, there was some listeners in the early days of Barbershop Talk, they used to call and start fussing. They would call and say, y'all keep on changing topic. Y'all need to get more structure and get more order. If y'all can make it in the industry and this and that, you need to get more structure and all this kind of stuff. And I said to that, I said, I appreciate you, but this is Barbershop Talk. This show is called Barbershop Talk, and so you can't bring all them other shows and bring them in here. There's a different kind of operation. This is the real, we want to keep the authentic flow of what a barbershop is like, and there's no agenda. There ain't no host either, truth be told. Mm-hmm. So we just run with it as it runs.
Could have fooled me.
Oh man, fabulous. Ronnie says, I'm always tuning in. Glad to see you there. Ronnie, glad to see Nadia's store. Nadia says it's always a great conversation. Nadia, we are always glad to have you with us. Wow. Anva Moxie says, I can't get an invitation to the show. That's a question. Can he get an invitation to the show?
What are you coming to talk about?
Anva, they want to know what you want to talk about.
We don't want just no random. Yeah, Bob. Listen, you have to start for some kind. You come to talk about the jiu-jitsu and your vegan lifestyle and all of the things.
Oh, you don't eat meat?
No, apparently not.
Oh,
I think you just eat veggies and fight people and think, no, guys. I'm past my boy though.
Veggies and karate?
Yeah, veggies and karate. And when you teach, you can teach you how to do yoga. You used to do yoga? I guess.
No, we don't do yoga.
I'm not you, pastor. I mean,
okay.
Not you.
We keep our mind stayed on Jesus. Anything else we don't trust. Adva say, is it because I don't use the sauce?
That's part of it, do that.
But I cannot do it, me, Alva, because I don't use the sauce, either. I don't use no sauce.
Plenty shape again,
yeah. Fix that up this week.
He cut it off. He can't go no bad. I don't know.
I thought you
the sauce, coffee, the sauce can't help him.
Sauce for whom?
For you. You don't use the sauce?
No, I'm trying to grow it back.
The sauce can't go back. If you don't cut his bad for a year, it's still gappy.
Yeah.
So the sauce, you ever go on the road and they first pave it, like when they try to pave it with potholes, and like you can see like the dull road and dark beast. That's just how you get up. If we do that, that's my boy. Wow. That's my boy.
Donnie, we glad you're here. I know you're late, but you reached.
I can see you're gonna lose a hairline for you.
I think that's apparent. It's upon us.
You in the
yeah, I don't. I apologize.
Don't chime in on me.
Glad to see you. Glad to see you, Donnie. Vera, glad to see you here. Vera, your favorite barbershop person.
Vera got to change now, man. She got to find somebody else who more consistent to be pulling for and things.
That is correct. I totally agree.
Now it ain't be me, Tito, Barrows, or your pastor, Miss Vera. But Peter ain't consistent enough for your love. I getting kind of jealous now.
Vera, we read your response. I got my friend and brother here from Freeport, Lonzo Morris. Good to see you, Lonzo. How things down there in the second city? Hope all is well over there.
Fella gonna mess up for 1 week and it's
fine gone.
It's one fine gone. Anva says, Petty, Carlo, Petty. You're super petty. Kay is saying, this is interesting. We ain't talking about this yet. She said, is yoga stretching okay without the meditation? Off topic. It's definitely off topic. They don't like when I go into my, they say this is no church show. They just don't let me go into my church mode.
I don't know nothing but yoga, so I can't.
So yoga then. It's just stretching.
That's what I was about to say. That's a very good response. I was going with that response right there. Then it's just stretching. Once we put yoga on top of it, that's where what I believe as a child of God, that's where I'm conflicted. I have major conflictions because of what the purpose of yoga is, what it's intended to do, what the objective is. Scripture tells us to keep our minds stayed on Him. We don't blank our minds out. We don't zero out our minds. Our minds be focused on God, and that's what we yield our minds to, because we are careful and focusing on anything else that we open gateways for the enemy to get in. We shun the very appearance of evil. That's what we kind of do. All right. That's my thing on. I hope this will become a yoga show.
I ain't gonna comment on that.
Yeah, that's where we are.
You said a mouthful.
We shun the very appearance. Good to see you, Michelle. Mary Lightburn Walker. You know I appreciate you. Good to see you. That's Marisha Goodmother. Good to see you. From the place that I was at today. And then
PMH parking lot.
Yeah, there you go. I was at the parking lot. That's one of the places, but I was at the parking lot too. And Vera says, noted for future reference, sir. Good. All right. Let's talk about this. This is what I want to talk about. I don't know how far we can get in this, but I want to start with this topic. This whole thing about, and let's go with the broad discussion about illegal immigration in this country. I want to go to the broad discussion, then we can get to the whole shanty town thing that's happening. And we ain't gonna stay on this one topic, but let's start here and let's see where we go with this. Let's see how we could jam with this whole operation right here.
Go ahead, Pastor. You kick it off.
Now, let me kick it off like this. The host is the son of a Bahamian-born father and a Jamaican-born mother. That's this host. You want to go around the room?
Start with me.
I mean, we getting around.
Well, I mean,
So this is our disclaimer as we go in this conversation.
all right. I am a son of a Jamaican mother, and if I'm not mistaken, a father of Haitian descent. But I think he was born here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Haitian descent, born here. Jamaican mother.
Definitely
All right.
ain't supposed to be here.
Says who? Where your son born?
Where you born?
Yeah.
that was pretty smooth. He got you.
And that's where
he got you, Tito.
I wait on
Tito,
Pastor Stark because that's where
Tito,
I
he got you, Tito.
Because that's where I get.
Tito, he hit you with a little
What
belt.
story you want?
Not you.
want traveling and couldn't make it back in time? Or do you want intentional story?
People getting arrested for faking COVID tests. Don't no pump faking it there.
Yeah.
Don't be no pump faking because you tried to pump fake.
Yeah.
No pump faking. Yeah. So
He's right though.
You though.
let's go.
You got everything. You got
Burroughs,
everything.
we'll get over there.
Female mother and father.
Straight Cat Island.
No,
No, that's Long Island there somewhere. Long Island there somewhere.
yeah.
Long Island and what?
That's the two.
Oh, you all Long Island?
Yeah.
Oh, you just a sheep runner.
And you know we eat steam mutton?
They let you on Long Island, but
Yeah, boy. Well, I'd been
you sneak out.
the other day. It was pretty good.
You almost couldn't come
But you
back.
get a little bit of dark and you just right there, you want that full concrete joe. Right?
That's
No,
that Marquis Street.
That's probably is that.
I forget Burroughs used to live on Marquis.
Oh. So then let's go. See, I saw this coming, so but let me hit this before I sit here too long and then people think we duck this. Meditation is bad. Didn't Jesus meditate? Doesn't the Bible say to study, show yourself approved? If you meditate on the word and the Bible, how is that an issue? That's the point I made, my brother. You're making exactly my point. It is the object of your meditation. Scriptural meditation is potent when you look it up because it's not blanking out the mind. There's an object to the meditation. We meditate on the word of God. And Jesus is the embodiment of the word of God. We meditate on him. Psalm 1 and 2. That his word will not depart from our mouth. We'll meditate on it day and night. Joshua 1, 7 and 8. Meditate on this word all day, every day. That's what we meditate on him, on his word. Keep our mind on him. That's the focus. You're actually making my point. It's not that meditation is bad. It's the object of the meditation and the objective of the meditation that we speak to from the Christian context. All right. Clear that up. Tito.
Both
Both what?
Both what?
female parents.
Both Bahamian parents.
Yes.
All right. Both Bahamian parents.
Both of them.
All right. So we got
He didn't say both. He say both.
both.
Both of them.
So we have, pull your mic a little closer, Tito, because they can have problems hearing you down the road. So we have Carlo and myself
Who shouldn't be here?
of mixed parentage.
Who shouldn't be here?
Well, that means I shouldn't be here either.
How would I say? I said.
The two shouldn't be here.
Yeah, who shouldn't be
Okay,
here.
so
Let's jump right into the box.
Let's go.
This is my thing, right?
go for it.
When they start, we shouldn't be here, and we have
Yeah, I
we
mean,
have
yeah.
When they start, who's they?
people. Not only you, But when these behemoths jump their backside on the plane, 7 months and 6 months pregnant, intentionally to go have their child in the United States of America,
Uh-huh.
they don't be talking about they there illegally.
Mm-mm.
But that's okay.
Right.
But it ain't okay for mom and pop to jump on the boat.
Are we there
and,
illegally?
Hold on, and come
Are
here.
we there illegally?
And, all right, then mom and pop jump on the plane and come here.
Right.
Going on plane
Right.
illegal.
All right,
You gotta pass the line.
So mom and dad come here,
Uh-huh.
pregnant.
Right.
Say, listen, that place down in the south ain't no place I want born my child.
Right.
I get in Nassau.
Mhm.
I got my child in BMH.
Mhm.
I put my child in the government school, and I can do whatever I want to do right here.
Right.
That's a problem for BMH. But it ain't a problem when they do it in another country. How is that even right?
I think you on the back end of the argument because I think that there's a more fundamental issue that's feeding it that has led to this anti-Haitian sentiment. Because we ain't anti-illegal immigration, we anti-Haitian.
Yeah, Haitian.
So that's if we establish that.
There's a lot of different.
But that we anti.
But
we
you
have no
hate that
problem.
Haitians. Like you say.
We anti-Haitian.
That's why I say mom and pop.
And then we anti-Jamaican
To a certain
to
extent.
a lesser degree than we are anti-Haitian. That there is a negative connotation. If you are Haitian, there is, the whole idea.
I wouldn't do Jamaican next. I think it'd be the Chinese.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
That's just starting to now. People starting to get more enraged.
And
Nowadays.
you know why they're getting enraged? They're getting enraged because they feel like they imposing so much into the business market.
Exactly.
But you know what it
So
is?
who support them?
Behemoths are some lazy people, you know, because they mad because the Chinese come here and open up shop. They ain't trying to open up a shop. They mad at the Asian man because they clean the yard. They don't want to clean the yard. They mad at the Jamaican woman because they want to be nanny and they don't want to be nanny. All they want to do is work in a hotel, be a doctor, be a nurse, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But do not discredit the people who trying to work the jobs that you all don't want to work.
But according to my I almost say
Because to what? So you get some stats. What stats did you get?
according to the explainer, if we get $100,000 a year,
Oh, geez.
we'll have to import.
I ain't even honoring that with a response.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
If we get $100,000 a year, we will need to bring in some workers.
But let's go into this thing. This idea. I mean, because it is bad. It's to the point where we have brought up a generation that sees. But I think it's being corrected in this generation coming up now.
Right.
In the younger one,
Mhm.
there is more. Based on what I've seen, there's
Acceptance.
more of an acceptance
now
of the Haitian brothers and sisters than when this crew of us when we was in school.
growing up. Right.
When we were in school, the mindset was that the Haitian is beneath us.
Mhm.
The Haitian was viewed as
lesser than
and almost inhuman.
Mhm.
We dehumanized the Haitians.
You could see the
But
segregations
do
in
you think it has
schools.
to do with the numbers, though?
You could see the separations in schools, in government schools. You could see all the Asian kids was hanging together, and then all the Bahamian kids was hanging together.
The school I've been to.
Say that about again, huh?
Not the schools.
The majority of Haitian kids hanged out together in the government school.
Which one this would be you attended?
Well, the CM
you saying
crew,
this- are you saying-
the CM crew that left Donald Davis and went to CI.
Okay.
As we
What about
got-
primary school.
As we from grade 7 to grade 12, I was at the
Okay.
same set of students.
Okay.
As we got older, then it became almost the onus became on you to who you wanted to be friends with. But grade 7 and 8 is like if you could see the separation. I don't really know how to explain it, but walking to the school is almost like, okay, these particular set, they walking to the school, they speak in their language,
Right.
and they going their way.
Right.
And then, we used to tease them, and it was like you said, you could see the difference. The way that it was always a difference in the way that they were, the way that you interact with them, the way they was treated by the older students, by their peers. It didn't become cool per se to say, okay, I'm cool with this young man, even though his mommy is Asian, his dad is Asian, he speak Creole.
Yeah.
As you get older, it's like, okay, well, he's my friend. Regardless of his background, I like him as a person. I like us as a person. We friends. But that wasn't normal.
Let me say, I was in grade. I never forget this experience. I was in grade 3. I was in grade 3 in primary school. This brother in the class with me, I honestly had no clue he was Asian. Didn't know his his financial background or anything. And I remember one day in school, this dude had a bag of some big juicy juju. They was right. The color was right, man. They didn't change that color and they right. I had a bag of cheese doodle. And that boy come to me saying, he say, man, can I have your cheese doodle? And we could trade with the juju.
Mm-hmm.
I say, man, but this ain't this easy.
You all bother it.
Boom. This ain't nothing to talk about. The teacher found out about this, fussed me out. I think she actually spanked me in class for being so mean to take his juju from him. I should be helping him.
What?
And I was clued. It took me years afterwards to figure out what happened because I didn't know what happened. I didn't figure out what did I do wrong. What in the world did I do wrong? Because to me, we do this all the time in class. This is what we do. We churn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you give me your salty.
And
You got.
give you this.
I give you this. This is how we operate.
Fair exchange.
And she fussed and Karen, you know how hard they have it and this and that and the. Who is they? I don't even know who they is. And I can remember this clearly. I can remember the classroom I was in.
Grade 3?
Grade 3.
Wow. I remember what I do yesterday.
I got a kind of memories at times. So I can remember, and I can remember the name of the teacher, but I won't do that because he's my friend now. But that's bothered it. Listen to me, that still to this day bothers me. Because my thing
You
is
ever asked
that,
about that? Since she's your friend? I hope she listening. Teacher friend, coach, explain to Denzel why you did what you did.
I
didn't
don't-
understand.
I honestly, when I say I still remember it now, I remember it now. Actually, I probably will bring it up.
Text her now, text her now.
No, I ain't got a number like that.
What do we do?
But you see what I'm saying? Like, so I'm saying that even the teachers and parents.
I kind of skipped that in my school days.
How you skip that? How come?
I went to St. John's.
Uh-huh.
So ain't much, I guess, Haitians would have gone to St. John's.
So you don't know experience.
But hold on. I went to Phila and then I went to Northwestern States,
Right.
where I went to a mixed school with Cubans, Jamaicans,
Uh-huh.
Haitians, and they all was jamming together. So I don't know.
So your school experience, you didn't see it in your school experience.
No, not
Wait,
for
you
me.
see where he school though?
Yeah.
He in school.
I've been in Liberty City, so Liberty City is a melting pot.
Right.
That's
I
different
guess
though.
for me, I probably
And everybody see it as the same.
Yeah.
In Liberty City.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you
He's the odd, like you
was
say,
the
I
odd
probably
man
was the
out
odd
too.
one out there.
you
Yeah.
the odd
They was
man
talking
out
about
too.
you, so you ain't know.
Yeah, they probably thought me everything, but they still was cool with me. So it's
Right.
that's a difference
Yeah,
though.
that's why I said I didn't get a
Yeah.
chance to
Yeah.
really experience it. So now when I came back to DW's freshman last year, by then everybody was.
Yeah, at that time, like you said,
Yeah,
at that time
and
it was
that's
a
what I'm
different.
saying,
At that
Pastor, I
time,
think
it
it has to
then
do with the numbers, like back in the day. I mean, I never experienced it either because I've been in St. Thomas more.
and the
Aquinas.
Aquinas.
So we never really, might
Y'all
have
like,
been one.
y'all like Chinese.
Yes, we did.
Now, for the record, I read that this happened to me in Our Ladies, which is a Catholic private school. But then there were children in the community. You know that
Yeah.
they had a little.
Yeah, that right
They
there.
had where they used to help children from the community.
Yeah, that right there.
and give them scholarships. I found it out down the road. I didn't know that. So I didn't know children ain't paying school fee. I don't.
Yeah.
That ain't for me to know.
Yeah,
That ain't for me to know.
Yeah, and you in grade 3 now.
So I know who sponsored. I know who sponsor who
Yeah.
and how they get it and this and that. And I don't care. These are my friends.
Yeah.
You know. So you're saying
I think the numbers have increased too. Like back in the day, it might have been, and they have to go in different groups, Carlo, because we speak in one language, they speak in one language. So you tend to stick to.
You sure they speak in a different language? Or they
He
just
said that's what.
Yeah, but
they know both.
Yeah, they
No, but what I'm saying,
all right, but
after,
all right.
After we get around our kind,
Yeah.
then we could
Let me
talk
ask-
and
not to jump ahead. What you think the ratio is now today?
of what? Define that of what?
Let me give you two definitions.
Because
One-
you just realized that the
Mhm.
ratio in the studio of pure born Bahamian.
it's half an hour.
it's half.
All right.
How am I going to tell you? So the one that I asked first will be
So it's a 1-to-1 ratio in the studio
what
right
the
now.
ratio is with Haitian versus Bahamian.
What do you mean? You mean you
Well,
talking about
well,
you talking about persons like me and Carlo? You talking about persons who are pure born? What are you talking about?
Well, the government define them as, I guess, pure born because
Because I won't get into
if
this pure
you-
born conversation
if
too.
you-
Because this
but
pure
this don't
born
make
we
no
can find out
sense
that
to
it ain't
me.
as pure as we think it is.
So, because I go and tell you, someone gave me a story back in the 60s.
It ain't as pure.
I know.
Okay.
I know someone told me the story.
Because many like talk about this pure bred Bahamian.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know who they is.
It ain't.
It ain't much of them.
Somebody's last name, but they call us Bahamian, and necessarily Bahamian
Okay.
last name.
Okay, it's just a couple generations up.
Yes. Yes.
It's just
yes.
daddy or granddaddy up.
Yes.
you know, and
Yes.
that's the hypocrisy of it. Because you know, like, oh, but that's a pure being. And, oh, you really?
Haiti,
Somebody's calling it.
I saw a picture
We're gonna call
where
comments now.
Haiti
Caller, feel free to call back.
used to come to the Bahamas to do trading because they were one of the first independent countries. And so I saw some pictures of them on Bay Street with the ladies who came on the boat.
Let me try to get this
trade.
caller in. I hope I don't
And
do this wrong. Give me a second. Give me
United
a
States
second. Give me a second, Tito. Let me try to get this call in. Hello, caller. Welcome to Barbershop Talk.
Hi, good day.
Good day.
Is this Gloria FM?
Yes, it is. Barbershop Talk.
Oh,
You're live. You're live on air.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you didn't want to get live on air. All right. Let me just give it. That's a good reminder to give the numbers out. Number to call is 828-3543. If you want to call in, 828-3543. And the number to text, if you want to WhatsApp us, get a message to us, is 828-2543. And it's scrolling. Those of you who are watching on Facebook, it's scrolling on the screen right now if you want to comment. Let me get a couple of comments in that have come in. Let's get them here. Alonzo Morris asked this question. He says, the question is, why are the Haitians catching all the heat? Well, that's the big question. There are other foreigners here. Peggy says, Lord, this topic, I hope you all ain't thin skin. No, man, we good. We good. We good. We getting ready to jam. I guess someone asked about what school was that. I think that's talking about Carlo.
It's Donald David.
That was Donald Davis Carlo talking about.
That was my first year in Donald David. That'd have been 92.
Okay.
the one they
92.
said a girl run you from. She run you from.
Listen, man, we ain't talking about that.
Let me-
story.
Anver says that anti-Haitian and Jamaican sentiment is based from colonialism. I believe this is where it began. Haiti was the only place that the slaves were successful in a revolt. The Haitian Revolution had some Jamaican backing, and the Jamaicans had a semi-successful revolt, namely the Moors. Anti-Haitian and Jamaican sentiment is because the slave masters telling the other slaves that they are bad. I mean, that's an interesting perspective. But I think Anva, what to me is amazing is that when those revolts happened, and I when I read this, it blew me away to read this, that when the Haitians got their independence, they were the ones that opened the borders of Haiti to all slaves in any colony.
Yes, they did.
They opened they opened the borders and say, come, you don't bring nothing, you don't worry about nothing, you need to just come.
So once you reach, you straight.
Once you reach here, you straight. We can set up our little operation right here, and you could come. Don't worry about no visa, don't worry about no back. Of course, they had none back then, obviously, but don't worry about nothing. Just show up.
No COVID.
No COVID test. You had no PCR
But
test.
the
Nothing.
kicker is,
Just come.
here in this country, we never used to really grow nothing. We had to rely on Haiti a lot when it came to a lot of those natural grown stuff.
Everywhere, not just in
Let
but
me
I'm saying,
let me get some more
yeah.
comments. I think it's gone from there and passed down from there. That's really interesting perspective. I do believe we need to get over this because our ancestors all came on the same boat. Indeed. I was in the public school system from grades 1 to 12, and the only time someone's heritage was brought up was in a petty playground row. After that, we were friends again.
Sound like us.
We got a call?
There's a call.
Let me try to get this call in. Give me a second.
Sound like us.
Glory 93.9 is Barbershop Talk.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Hey,
sir.
Pastor.
How you doing, man?
I'm well.
Good.
Y'all
Talk to
ain't
me.
got to invite me on the show. I can call in.
Welcome, Anva.
What's happening, man?
Good. Talk to me.
Yeah. I do believe we need to let go of where all these people come from. We all, our ancestry all came off the same boat.
Mhm.
So I think what we need to do is then look at how we better the region as a whole. Because we all people of color in the region,
Mhm.
And we need to have, again, like the EU, on an economic standpoint, like the EU, we should have combined trading power. So then we can trade with the big boys like the US and China, and don't get the pennies.
You
when
going a whole lot further now with this conversation now, Anva, because one of the challenges is we behave oftentimes as though we're not part of the region.
Exactly.
You know that there's this elitist mindset that many of us have here in the Bahamas, that we are far above and beyond any of our. We don't even consider ourselves a part of the Caribbean in many instances.
Yeah, and that's
So
incorrect.
so for you to go that far, I thought, but this whole regional concept. Well, no man, we bigger than that. Apparently,
No man.
apparently,
We aren't.
you know.
We aren't. Because you know what baffles me when you look at the innovation when it comes down to places like Jamaica and Trinidad and Haiti and stuff and places like that. I think what Carlo's sentiment before is something that I've been saying for years. Bahamians as a culture, we've been lazy because we've had it so well. We've had it too good. So we didn't have the struggle, so we didn't have to do much in order to survive. When you go to places like that, you had to do a lot to stand out, and so you have more innovation.
Yes.
And so I think, especially right now with the COVID thing, now you can't be a waiter and take home $1,000 a week or something like that. So now you have to be more. You have to have more innovation. You got to be more inventive now just to make things, happen. So I think we now need to change the way we think. And Pastor, repent. Repentance is a change of your thoughts.
Yes, absolutely.
Watching now, Pastor.
Hey, you all didn't want to invite me because you all think I can talk about just veganism and working out.
You are welcome.
Thanks for your contributions, man. You're welcome on the show anytime, man.
And we will have the conversation about veganism and working out. It just happens when you get to veganism, we can be quiet. But when you get to working out, we'll talk.
Yeah, we need to do a wellness. We need to do a wellness show where we talk about a lot of those stuff. I know that our good friend Carlos in the gym now again, early in the mornings, working out with his crew back. Back with his crew.
You know that.
Why my business always gotta be Glory 92?
But you know that though?
Why you always do that?
I told him before I know all his business. He don't believe me. But keep it up, man. Keep up the good work.
And I apologize for you being exposed to this level of pettiness on this show. Yeah? My humble apologies.
Well, you think I know it. I know it.
He used to be about it.
I know you used to be smack dab in the middle, and at the brunt of many attacks.
And I will petty than Tito.
Nobody in the world.
Thanks for calling, my brother. Appreciate you, man.
All right.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. So that there is I told a story, I think it was here, I don't think it's my other show, about just the elitist mindset that we have as Bahamians, that we are over and above everybody else. I told you when I went to junior CAC in '94, we had no uniforms and we still had our nose up in there. All Jamaican team had matching feelers tennis, feeler sweatsuits, everyday feeler, pull string bags. We was wearing our own clothes because we had no uniform.
And
we were still arrogant. Yeah. We were still looking down our noses and actually insulting them as they walk past us. Y'all know we from the Bahamas, but you better stop playing. I mean, we look like a scrap gang. We look like a scrap gang.
You think that got something to do with the dollar value as well?
Of course.
And travel to the States.
All of that. All of that. The pre-clearance, the dollar value, and mind you, many of the guys and the young ladies on the cricket team ain't aware of that, but that's what we've grown up with, that mentality.
So don't need to be proud of it? Do we need to go see what the struggle is like?
It's nothing wrong being proud of it, But
don't be nasty.
You don't have to be boastful, though.
Yeah.
You don't have to be boastful. You can be proud that you achieved something. And if somebody tell you congratulations,
or was it given to
us? I mean, based on, I just say, the achievement word might have been the right word. But you don't have to be boastful about it.
And because we ain't fighting for nothing.
No, that's the thing about it. Like there's this unearned pride.
Entitlement.
This entitlement.
And that's why you're going to
the spirit of entitlement is all over the
Bahamas. It goes right back to what couple shows.
Yes.
Back listen. Like
wait, I don't
all over it.
That right there is
I had a customer who used to come to me 7:00 every Friday morning. And because he would get that 7:00 spot every morning, he felt he was entitled to that. That whether he book it or not, it should be there. That spirit of entitlement.
I am not going to allow this show.
Spirit of entitlement.
I will not allow this show to denigrate.
So Pastor said last week.
I will not allow this to happen. Let's stay on topic. Please. I got it. I got you, Carlo. Carlo, I got you. It's what's happening.
We talking about spirit of entitlement. I'm just saying.
What you saying, Burroughs? Burroughs, what you said? Don't be
spirit of entitlement.
Don't be
man.
Pastor, I can mark it.
It's a greater cause. And let me pause and say that this show is sponsored by the Sport. The Sport.
Big up the Sport.
What's the? Give me the fly so I can call the full name, the proper name accurately.
That's the part.
I know
Just
one
the
thing.
Sport.
The Sport Grill.
need to do
The Sport
delivery,
Grill.
Yeah.
'cause I
And
can't never get the food.
the Sport Grill is sponsoring this show today. We actually have a sponsor, y'all. Hold on a second.
There
We
we
had a
go.
sponsor. Hold on. I want a long one. A long one.
The first one? It's the first one.
Yeah, we got our first sponsor today. The show and our podcast is sponsored by the Sport, and so those people all around the world that are listening, whenever you come to the Bahamas, those of you listening by way of podcast anywhere around the world, you go ahead and what's the number to call when the 801 the Sport? What is it?
805. 805.
805 Sport. 805 Sport.
7 minutes from the airport.
805 Sports. As soon as your flight land, you get here in Nassau, you tell your taxi driver stop at the Spot on
Fridays and Saturdays.
on Fridays and
The
Saturdays.
spot so hot, no one was going to bring my food. Y'all coming back this way?
No.
we ain't coming back this
We
way.
ain't coming this way.
I want someone bring the food for me. We ain't coming back this way.
So
Stay
that's
over
what
here.
you need to do. You need to get someone
Who?
who's stopping there first and then
On the
come
way
in.
in.
No one. Everyone is going to stay.
But you need to get them on the way in.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
tried to
coming
call
in?
them. No one is no one.
Anybody coming in?
Everybody's going to stay.
Oh boy.
I try to figure what he's selling down there.
It's a nice.
No, I'll be honest. And I'll take this moment to talk about the Spot. I stopped at the Spot some months ago during the pandemic. I remember we had one of those opened, one of them opening weekends, and I was blown away. I was extremely impressed.
Doing some good stuff down there.
Doing some good stuff.
See, I
down
can't
there.
never catch it. with
I
something.
had the Spot food before, and it was good, but the portions were a whole lot smaller than I told that story. It was a whole lot smaller portions. But when that was about 2 years ago or early Spot. But just recently, I think they're jamming now, so they had to cut back no more. They're jamming.
I also tell my
they jamming now.
I don't want all them bean and rice. Listen, give me double order the chicken, double order the pork. Hold the beans, hold the rice.
Listen to me. I was one of them saying no beans as well.
No,
But listen
I
to
want
me.
beans.
Listen.
want
I
beans.
said let me try the beans. I tried the black beans, right? I tried the black
So what
beans.
order on the plate now?
But I didn't how much you could bill your plate. You just tell them what you want.
So you got black beans, cassava. It's cassava. What it is?
Mhm. Yeah.
What else? What else?
White
Corn.
rice,
White rice,
corn,
corn, salad.
plantain, and salad.
I didn't have no.
So you
cassava
ain't no
thing.
spot for the chicken or the pork.
You ain't got to get all them side. You get two side. You ain't need all them
Here
side.
we go. That's why we saw macaroni, potato salad, coleslaw, peas and rice, beets.
So anyway, those of you listening, if you enjoy Barbershop Talk, you will enjoy the Spot as well. The CEO, president, and chief cook and bottle washer is one.
But don't cut no more, man.
One Carlo Ramsey.
I don't think it is.
I-
Hey, boy, Rich. I want to cook no more. He run up and say, "Hey, what you getting?"
But
805.
he was behind the counter when I was there. He was behind the counter.
You
He had,
see your car in the eye. He say, "Boss, come here."
let me look busy. All right, back on topic. The last thing that came was entitlement mindset. There is an elitist mindset that we have to be so careful of. And like I said, there is a shift in the generation. I'll be honest. The younger generation coming up, like in the church that I pastor, and I don't know the count, but there is such a large number of not Haitian Bahamians, but of not those born of mixed parentage like I am, but those of both parents are Haitian, and there's a great number, and then there's a great number of those of Bahamian parents and Haitian mothers, and who cares?
Can we get a reality
But
check? I think we maybe need to get a reality check.
Go
Some
for it.
people might feel like, maybe not. They are here to stay. So my question to y'all was, what you think the ratio is right now with Haitian descent, Haitian, however you want to call it, versus pure born Bahamians right now in the country? 30%, 40% versus Bahamian.
Those that are mixed, those that have, let's say, one generation removed of Haitian blood,
Say born here from Haitian parents.
born here from Haitian parents.
Yeah.
Both
Because they're
parents,
the ones who don't know
both
Haiti.
parents or one parent. Oh, both parents.
Both parents. They don't know Haiti. They were
Okay.
born here by their parents. They don't know. So sending them back really is a really rough thing to do to them because
So-
they don't know that land.
So what do you think that number is?
That's what I'm asking.
That's your question. That
Yeah.
number of persons that are born here that don't know Haiti,
Don't know Haiti.
but their parents are
Went to school, born here, maybe 35, 36.
35 and down, something like that.
Yeah.
35 and down. But a number big.
That's for 40%.
Are the populace?
No, not of the populace.
Of the Asians.
Of yeah.
probably of the Haitian populace,
Populace.
probably more than that.
Think so?
I
Yeah,
think
man.
I think that crew there, I think it's more than that.
That probably about 80%. But what it is of the Bahamian population?
Of the Bahamian populace. I've heard some numbers that people are calling. People are saying 200,000. People saying 200,000.
I said 35%.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's that.
200,000 or 400,000 people.
Exactly. I've heard that. I think, come on now. No. But hold on. What they saying is that the number ain't 400,000.
The number ain't 400,000.
They saying the number is more like 500,000.
So
like
yeah,
550.
And what 600,000.
we're like what, 575 now.
That's,
500.
that's
somewhere
what persons are claiming.
So right, so they saying hypothetically we get 575 now.
Yeah,
and
and
that 575,
up
200,
to 200,000
but 200 of them.
is
I agree with that.
is either the parents or the children are
I agree with
Haitian.
that.
you know 200,000 people there?
I know.
And-
I hope
and-
you know.
You already know 200,000 people there.
No,
I hope you know.
Carlo, and
I hope you know.
you know I don't jump on Tito Ban, right? But I tend to agree with Tito on this one.
200,000.
Yes, boy.
A lot of them don't show it, you know.
Yes, boy.
A lot of them don't show
A
it. But
lot of
them
people,
are.
yeah.
A lot of them don't show it.
So
Why
I
you say them? You mean
us.
you mean us? I mean because
No,
but
Carlo.
you say-
No, I'm saying because Carlo falls in that category.
No, you don't believe all in that category.
Yeah.
You don't believe all
Carlo
that.
has never denied that reality. He's
No,
never shunned it,
Not,
never denied
not
it.
because you don't. I don't believe you don't fall in that category.
How do I know I fall in the category?
I don't know why you
Does
doing
fall
Carlo.
in
I
that
have never.
I Carlo
Ever.
wingman today.
I've
Carlo, I
nev-
got you today.
I've never ever run from that fact. I've been called. Okay,
So what are you?
I don't know. First, I can say it's a Bohemian because I born here.
No, we give you your name already. You
You-
stick to that. Cuba Haja. You don't let nobody change that. You give that to you. You will die with that.
I jump off the bar.
The barbershop didn't get it there.
The barbershop give it or you give it them.
Me, Sean, Peter, all
I
those.
didn't know Sean though.
Sean?
Sean
Yeah,
created
Sean
it.
and-
Sean
yes.
created
So
it.
And I endorse it.
Cuba
hijack.
That sounds like you was Arab.
He said because like I said earlier,
got you.
my mom is Jamaican, my dad is from Asian descent. I was born in the Bahamas and raised by Cubans. So that's what Sean come up.
That Cuba hatches are about right. That Cuba hatcher. That sounds just
boy.
about
Right
right.
on the head.
Off
One
the-
thing with Sean
off
no
the
best
school-
boy.
off-
Sean the best.
Y'all is too bad.
Off the school days, they call me a Jahamian. So they call me they call me Jahamian. Yeah,
That sounds good.
yeah. I'm because what happened is I never forget that year when Debbie them won goal. So I came in and I shut the whole place down. Then later that evening is when the Jamaicans won the 4x1. So I started shouting again. They say, hold on.
You gotta make
Which
it.
which one?
They said
You gotta pick one.
Yeah,
They said you
Yeah,
gotta
right.
pick one. I said no, I got one.
I was you. I was you.
I get all. I win plenty goal in the Olympics.
Plenty.
I win all the sprints.
Sound like me in the-
I was a chair for the Cuban
Sorry,
man who's
man,
the
man.
riddles. So I was you.
You sound like me in the NBA. I got 16 titles.
Let me get some comments online as they come in. We still scraping the surface of this because I want to get to that shantytown issue, that tearing down the houses and everything like that. Because we need to talk, but we almost there now. We almost in that topic, almost in it. Vera says, this is a question. Peggy says, geographically, we are not a part of the Caribbean with a question mark. Based on when I went to primary school and high school and geography class, we part of the Caribbean. But in many instances, we don't behave that way. Yeah, but based on what I remember seeing in the map, the geographical map, we are seen to be a part of the Caribbean.
Okay.
But do we your brethren, do we use the language that we are part of the Caribbean as Bahamians?
Only when it's convenient for us.
Because you persons from
We didn't say we don't only Caribbean island that don't touch the Caribbean Sea, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I ain't that deep into geography.
I heard that before.
But I can tell you this: you will hear them. You would hear Prime Minister of Barbados, Prime Minister of St. Vincent. They had that catastrophic event. You heard their Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Trinidad, all their leaders, and they would talk about those of us in the region. We don't use the language.
No.
Our leaders don't talk about regional issues.
No.
But I follow several Caribbean pages on Facebook. I don't get papers, but I follow the pages, their prime ministers, whatever the case is, and they speak that language of those of us in the region.
Mm-hmm.
We don't say that.
No.
Our leaders don't. Our leaders say that when they go to their meeting.
Yeah.
They say that when they go to CARICOM or if they go to one of those regional meetings, they'll talk like that. But in our, because I don't remember me watching them in their country. They would refer to the region. In our country, we talked about the Bahamas.
Unless it's Dominican, the place called. That's what it's called, Dominica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saying Bahamas is referred to that?
Not Bahamians. You say you're talking about the leaders just now.
Yeah.
I said unless.
I got you.
But to the defense, it's almost like we got our own show up here. You know, we got like Freeport, Andres.
But we're not the only articulate
but
I'm
this
saying
the
to you,
thing.
we feel like we got our own.
We can't feel like because the minute the dust hit the fan, all these people who we don't acknowledge, and they're gonna be the first one to say, hey, see a little something, see a little something, see a little something, see a little something.
Send their electrical workers, their navy, their whatever.
They do anything they help us out.
Yeah.
At that point, we ain't care. We need help.
Yeah. So to answer your question, Peggy, I mean, and again, there are no scientists in this room, but are we not a part of the Caribbean? My answer is yes and no.
As far as I know, no, because we don't claim it,
right?
But yes, as far as geographically, I think we are.
I think we are.
I think we are the only Caribbean country that does not touch the Caribbean Sea, but we are a part of the Caribbean country. Let's go here. Foreigners check in.
I wish I could stay dread because this about to be juicy. My view in a nutshell: anti-Haitian sentiment in the Bahamas, for the very most part, as it exists today, is founded on ignorance about people, places, history, economics, etc. I would agree that this is impacted by superiority complex, but to be superior and ignorant, what is the benefit? Very strong statement there, Vera. Vera's digression says, Delton Roll, you see that? Seamless, round of applause, sound effects. Okay, that's Barbershop Talk. We're the next level. What do you think this is?
The talk shop closed.
This is our response to DGMT. That's our response to that Good Morning Tea on Saturdays. Y'all tune is an amazing show. Anva says, entitlement because of position. Because of our geographic position, we have been blessed. But man, we haven't done a lot to earn it. Strong. Anva says, Carlo, I'm coming to the spot, but put some tofu on the grill for your boy.
I got a mushroom burger tomorrow, buddy.
All right.
Friday. I keep saying tomorrow. I got mushroom burgers, bro.
All right.
I put on a separate side of the grill for you.
Mushroom burger.
Mm-hmm. Oh. We have plenty vegans, that's a new way of life.
So it's patty or
no, it's actual mushroom.
Can I get the delivery?
Portobello mushrooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
We doing cauliflower bread or regular bread?
No, no bread. Bagels.
What time you start?
Bagels. Okay.
Bagel burgers.
3:00, sir.
3:00.
Come on, different from everybody else.
Bagel burgers.
Bagel burgers. No bread. No buns. Just burgers. Bagels.
Oh, we also forget to mention I know Carlo hang with the rich guys, so he also has a side of it as well.
I don't know that.
Because people out there don't know what that is. Mushroom burger and bagels. But I'm gonna have me one of those tomorrow. Why can I get it delivered?
Why have to be rich? Why rich? People just eat different things. A lot of people are vegan.
No, some people can afford to eat certain things.
Well, vegan food expensive, bro.
I want you to know.
Oh, all right then.
That's why we not go in there and get that. Just a regular old tuna and grits, corned beef and grits.
I see them.
Peggy says, as Bahamians should be slighted because our God placed us where He lives. Our ancestors and former government made good choices and had a vision for us to say we are ignorant is not a fair assessment of us.
Oh, Peggy, stop it. Peggy said, "Go on, Olivia."
That's powerful. Pig, you might be ignorant, but some Bahamians are. You might not be one of them.
I don't want you to think Peggy, so they want to feel like that,
I agree.
Anva say, well, Pastor, we aren't geographically. Well, I was saying I wasn't sure. I did say I wasn't sure.
So we aren't.
That's Anva saying. I mean to get a fact check this. Peter Wilson Johnson. He said Peter Wilson Jr. Sorry, it's Johnson. Peter Wilson say we American. Let's not fake it. we are American.
When do you want like Uncle Wally?
Jody Ann says, what markers are being used
it does say that
to assess how much better off Bahamians are than Haitians/Jamaicans? The dollar, the cost of living, education. Very powerful question. What is used? What is the metrics that's being used to say that we are better off? Very, very interesting question. And I don't think that's a rhetorical question either. I think it's worth ventilating that question there. Dwayne say, thanks, Peter. We Americans.
Must have been in the red box right now.
Gotcha. Anva said, if you look at a map, it would say the Bahamas and the Caribbean.
You see that?
I hear you.
You see that? You see that?
Well, it says right there, it says the boundaries of the nations of the Caribbean Sea are Antigua and Barbuda, Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Colombia, Costa Rica, Cuba, Dominica, Dominican Republic. Wait, no, sorry, I read wrong. That's the boundaries of the nations of the Caribbean Sea. Sorry.
Okay. Get the rest of the information so we can get it right.
Oh, there we go. The list of Caribbean countries. I can't see where it's gone. Where it going?
All right. While you find it, Peter Wilson says we are, but economically and mentally we are not.
They don't have the Bahamas for judo.
When you say we are, what do you mean, Peter? Just confirm that.
Oh, yeah,
we
there
are
we
what?
go.
Confirm that for me, please.
Caribbean, eh?
Part of the Caribbean? Let's make sure. I think he meant part of the Caribbean.
See, I have it now.
Go ahead. Go. Let me read this here and then I get you there. What happened was that the old UBP government isolated themselves and we continue that stance of isolation. Interesting. Go ahead, Carlo.
So this says the list of Caribbean countries and dependent territories are sorted by media normalized demographic projection. So anyway, this is a list of the countries. Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, love US NATO, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Guadeloupe, Martinique, the Bahamas, Barbados, St. Lucia, Curacao, Aruba, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, U.S. Virgin Islands, Grenada, Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica. Sorry, Dominica. Yeah,
When
Dominica.
Puerto Rico is quote unquote colony of the United States. That's why the U.S. was there.
Right.
Right.
Cayman, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Martin, Turks and Caicos, St. Martin,
Yeah.
British Virgin Islands, Caribbean, Netherlands, Anguilla, Montserrat, and Saint Bartholomew. I know.
Yeah. So that's the Caribbean. So we're listed in there as part of the Caribbean.
Right.
What is that site? What is it on?
Just Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. There's lies sometimes.
I was asking it.
Wikipedia's lies sometimes.
I was asking it when I school back up.
You got to be careful. Trust it.
I would say according to Wikipedia.
They just lie.
According to Wikipedia.
Dwayne says we have a de facto by proximity alliance with and to the big U.S. of SA. If we were positioned where Jamaica is, I believe our posture would be different.
True.
It's a very valid point. Very valid point. Melissa Prosper says that portobello mushroom sandwich sounds good with some balsamic mayo.
Stop talking my business. Tell us to talk my business.
What is that?
So do you know Melissa Prosper? Melissa Prosper sounds like you need to be heading down to the spot tomorrow.
What's that, Burroughs?
Friday.
Friday?
I got them on Friday.
Oh, tomorrow's Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the show, the level and how everybody's living comfortable. Don't care what day it is. You know,
I don't know what's on this brother's shoulder. I know.
Different
Alonso Morris says, I wished I lived on another island. Grand Bahama has become Hurricane Central. When you say other island, you mean other island or another nation?
tell them come on down.
I just want to be sure.
Tell them
what
come
you're
on
talking
down.
about.
Nah, sorry, I know the space, man. Y'all go to Andres or something.
Oh, never. Staying right, but staying put right here.
Oh, he said that's what it be. So that's geographically blessed. I see your point. Bahamian don't leave here to live in Haiti and Jamaica legally. So I would start the assessment there.
So valid point.
It's an interesting point, Danica Albury.
When they go to Haiti and Jamaica, they ain't.
Let me tell you all the difference in. Let me tell you all the difference in 2 words. Let me tell you all the difference in 2 words. Pre-clearance. That's Peter.
That's one word.
We are the only one that
No,
have
he separated
pre-clearance.
pre-clearance.
that's
Peter, yeah.
You the only one have pre-clearance
I think
in the
so.
Caribbean?
I don't know
Sure.
if anybody else. I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know on that. Who else? Oh,
Trinidad don't have it.
Well, you should know this. Boris, let us know.
I don't know. No,
Trinidad don't have
I
it.
don't know that.
I don't know. I when I traveled Trinidad, I was too young to remember. I know. I can't remember. You know.
TT.
I know I became frustrated when I found out the countries I had to go to didn't have it. That was very frustrating for me.
I ain't gonna lie
To
though.
go downstairs in Miami, that was very frustrating.
I've been to Curacao, and when we got there, Sean had on this Jamaican shirt, see-through shirt, right?
Sean,
We've been down to go, do some
you
scouting.
talking all your business.
And so, no, but this is a good point. And so they thought he was Jamaican. Man, listen here, how they do them other rest of Caribbean countries? My God. It ain't right. I mean, they had them posts up for the longest, search them from head to toe.
Where you talking about? Where this was now?
We was in Curacao.
I can tell you this much. I went when I hate having to go through customs in Miami. I did several times.
Right.
But I had some work in St. Kitts and some other Caribbean countries where there's no pre-clearance. Oh God, that's frustrating going to Miami. When I missed 3 flights.
Oh, so you have
3
to come
different
back
occasions.
through the U.S.
You have to come back and then go through clear customs immigration
So you don't
in
walk
the
up the plane
U.S.
and walk straight through.
No.
And when I'm talking about, one time I was literally downstairs in Miami for 3.5 hours
Yeah.
Don't worry.
waiting to get through.
Waiting.
3.5, true story.
That other people's got to go through.
Yeah.
Listen to me. You get down there. When I got down there, I almost started crying. Like, man, you got to be kidding me.
That's why I went. I don't know if you remember. Like I think a couple of years back, they were talking about moving pre-clearance, and that was a big hiccup. I mean, not a big hiccup, but a big row. They fixed that quick.
Yeah, let's keep them happy, man. Let's
Yeah.
keep them happy. What do we do? I don't want to do that.
Oh, want some Duff and some Johnny again?
Listen, those who ain't had that experience to go try to clear customs in the over there in Miami. Oh my goodness.
Man, we
that
feel
was
bad if we get put to
tough.
that little back room and we go.
Oh, that's a
across
joke.
your line.
Our pre-clearance operation there's a joke.
Oh wow.
That's a toy. When I tell you, I was paranoid. I was upset. My foot was hurting. I didn't know. You're sitting there, you know you didn't miss your flight. Because you look at your clock, you're like, I didn't miss my connection flight to get home.
And you can't say nothing, buddy.
You just stand there.
The mouth closed.
I was listen to me.
Like how we could get, man, hurry up. Nothing.
Everybody is silent. Mad and silent.
Because if
That's
you
it.
if you look like you have an attitude,
Oh yeah.
They pull off the line there quick.
They fixed that for you.
Come, Bella.
This way.
In the back. You think you miss your
Let me see your passports up.
You know what I said?
Mr.
I
Better?
said on the line here, and I did this glory 3.9, but I said this. I ain't gonna lie. Listen to me. When I sound about that, I say, why we getting preferential line? We ain't got none. Anyway, I stop there. I say, when they come into the Bahamas, they get short line.
Tourists.
When they come in through our customs, and I am getting a short line.
Tourists
I say,
and
why?
visitors to the left.
I go and say, let me see if I see Bahamas anywhere here. I ain't see no line there for me.
Tourists this way.
Tourists and visitors to the
But
left.
what I saw Americans going too fast. I said, well, why we get treated? Why we got to wait in our country? Anyway,
That's a different discussion for another day.
okay then. Sorry. Okay, Peter Wilson says no other Caribbean country has pre-clearance. Tasha Ramming confirms what Peter says. Only Bahamas has pre-clearance. Anva says, Pastor, imagine coming into the U.S. from China. I mean, coming off of a 12-hour flight. Jesus, Lord, I don't want to imagine. New York City, Florida. Say that's terrible. That's terrible. Both of them. Radley say it's a nightmare, Miami. No joke. I telling you, bro, I've been through that before, and
Riley's a pilot, so you can tell him.
listen. I've been through that before, and I was like, babe, if I gotta go down to the Caribbean islands again, I may go on a boat. Like I don't know if I want to deal with that line, man. It's crazy. So someone says we are. This is a text that came in. We are and we are not a part of the Caribbean. I trust this person. I won't say who they are, but I trust them in their authority on this in this matter. This text that came to me.
Pastors get plenty of times. You don't tell nobody who these people is now.
I can't let my sources them out like that. in the street.
He explain why he say yes or no.
The Caribbean nations have a love-hate relationship with us as 242, but we carry enough weight internationally that we are needed on many negotiations and votes.
So they use us. That's what he said.
That's what this person is saying.
That they use us. But we use them too, though. It's a give and take. Can't get mad. We use them.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I would challenge this person, but person, let me put it this person. I'm reading your WhatsApp. If you want to give more information, or if you want to, I wish we had Delta. I wish we had the thing to distort voice. If we could distort voice, I'd actually call in and speak to this matter. But if you person who are listening, you texter contributor who are listening, if the person known to you who may or may not be your spouse is willing to call into the show, we'll be glad to have them call in to speak to this matter. All right, and that's all I can say about that. How about that?
Tell them put a towel over the mic.
So
that's plenty. Just text. They pass the read it.
No, but I think if they call, then we can engage, so we can really get some more information. You see, and I would love that because this person will be able to speak to it.
But geographically, we are. That's what he's saying. He said yes and no.
Yes, we are and we are not. That's what they said.
That's like
All right.
that's like government. No man, I'm not saying that.
And that's an authority. But that's all I can say. That's an authority. I can't say no more than that.
Let's
Pastor,
let's
but
get
you
Let
to-
me get a
Wait,
text.
let's
It
get
say,
to in the bush.
Carlo, you're right. We are not in the Caribbean Sea, but we are in the Caribbean. All right.
Pastor, you really connected now. Because every other day we get these texts from these authority
Yeah.
people.
Watching them things. Let's get in the bush, man.
Why you won't get it in the bush? So what you feel about the people who live in the bush?
let me what
I want to clear down a piece of land and build my house too.
let
Why,
me
what's stopping you? What's stopping you?
laws.
Law stopping them?
Yeah.
Oh, I hear that.
I just
Yeah.
tell my wife it's coming from that area, right? I should have.
What area? What area?
Whatever it is, that area.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What's that area?
Yeah, I can't
You
leave.
can't open
I
it.
can't leave
So,
Twitter
I
like
mean,
that.
you
What?
gotta
You just come
finish
with that area.
What's
What's that area?
I don't know what area that is.
You do that.
What area is that area?
What area?
You said we would.
What area?
you say.
What area you think they in?
I
We
don't
don't-
know.
We will get context. We don't know what you mean.
What
Context.
area scored on? What area scored in?
They squad wherever.
Yeah,
I know somebody squad right off Marquis Street.
selling water.
I know they did. No, Lon. See what they doing is they've been, but they squad right off Marquis Street.
It's coming from the Coral Harbor area.
So that's where they squad and got out.
I say it's coming from that area.
So what?
That's how you say he's coming from Kuala Lumpur.
From the area.
Wherever you pass between Kuala Lumpur and Shirley Street.
I could be heading to once airport. I could be coming.
One
John
nigga you know.
McAlpin Road, Magadi.
All I say is coming from that area.
All right, let's go here. We have. I talked about this on another show. I was on a show with Adrian Francis and a few others.
Sidebar. But
Yeah.
you staying 3 days get box. You want
No.
this box back?
No man, you can love yourself.
All right.
I need to stop because that was getting
Yeah.
addictive.
Let me get some of the rich stuff.
They're right.
You gotta get on the table. You can't get no camera like.
Yeah, we ain't advertising them. So, but they are right though. They hit the spot a moment.
Once with no sauce.
And you still put yours on the camera. The camera still is yours.
You serious?
Yeah, we can see
Where the
you.
camera is?
Camera right there.
Can't been there for months, baby. You been.
Listen, man.
I had an experience. One young man from a church who was in some negative lifestyles, turn his life around. Now, at this time, I don't know. I know
You
the
know, I
brother.
know if we know that I just move my mouth from the camera when they chew it.
I was supposed to say that too because it's coming through dead loud.
Anybody when they humor.
I was
man?
this brother. I only know his first name. So let's say his first name is Tito. So that's all I know. So I don't know his last name. If I knew his last name, I would have known. So I know he was in some negative social, antisocial behavior. Got him into the church, changed his life, turned his life around. Now he needs a job. Went in he came to us and said he had an interview to do and needed some help because he had no black pants, he had no good pair of shoes like that. Man, I was excited for the brother. That was no issue. Man, we bought him 2 pairs of pants, bought him a white shirt, bought him a pair of shoes to go on this interview. We were in the Wong's Plaza then, Tito. So this brother comes to the office, gets his stuff, gets dressed right there at the office, heads this interview, nails the interview. And he comes out to let me know, say, man, listen, man, they say they like me, this and that and the other. They call him while he's there at my office, telling me what's going down. And they said, when you come back, we need you to bring your documents.
You have none.
He has no documents. And he explained to them that he is born of Haitian parents. At this point, I learned his brother's name. And I watched this dude, I think he's 19, 20, sit down in my office just bawling and crying. And saying to me, well, Pastor,
That's it.
I got to do what I do.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
He said down, tears coming down his eyes. I'm looking at this dude, because to go from on the mountain, because this thing is this is what he said. This is what's happening all the time, Pastor. This happens to me all the time. Never been in Haiti, don't know nothing but Haiti. Born, bred, right here. That's all I know. He is 90, and I asked him about the application. I think he was applied by age 18, something like that. And I am not sure whether I can't remember that part about it. Honestly, that part of the conversation, I don't remember whether he did or didn't, or however that went. But all I know is now he's at a point now where, and if you know this, the family structures in the Haitian community are very strong. So I said, because there's a reliance on him now to help take care of mommy and sister and this and that and the other. I got to help to keep this family together. Whoever here, however much else living inside the house we living in, I got to assist with that.
Your country.
So I got to find out how I can contribute. Man, I think taught me, man, to see that. And that's when I was sensitized to that idea of being without status. Because I was ignorant to it. I heard it. No, you hear things, but you ain't paying attention until they come close.
Yeah, because you didn't experience that.
No.
I get my first passport till I was almost 17. I
Mm.
never had a passport.
Got you.
I had travel document.
Got you. Got you.
I had to get adopted, legally adopted to get a passport.
Wow.
Because like you said, 18, you have to make a decision if you want to be a Yemen and apply for citizenship and hope you get it, or go back to where you never been.
Right. Go back to where you never been.
Yeah.
That's a powerful statement right there. I like that. To go back to where you never been
In
before.
your case, you don't know which way you're going because you go left or go right. But I have heard some people. I have some friends.
But what do we do with that reality?
can tell my
that
pop.
is such a
Let me know
that
if
is
I
that
miss
is the
something.
state of so many
Hold on, but
young
mind the
brothers
kick
and young ladies in this
Mind the
country.
kick out.
Go for it.
You have some families that I know in that household or brothers and sisters, same parents. You will have a crew apply, they got straight, and the brother and sister, 6-7 years, they still ain't
This
get
is
straight.
true. This is true. I've
But
seen
it's
families
the
that too.
same set of people.
Right?
So how up there? How do you determine who gets straight from who don't get straight?
It's a very valid point. Same mommy, same daddy, same application process.
Same house,
Some of them fill out the form same time.
same house. So
Two from the house get it, one don't get it.
and that kind of frustrates me a lot. Growing up, seeing those guys can't, because when you ain't got no status, you can't open an account,
Can't do nothing.
can't get a job, can't do a lot of stuff.
What do we do with that group of people who are coming to the barbershop, who buying from the spot, who attending my church and other churches around the country?
But I think
What do we do? What do we do? Do we grab them, round them up, and ship them out of the country?
no. I think
Maybe.
once you
ask
can
me.
prove that you were born here, once you prove that you were born here, despite mommy being Asian, daddy being Asian, mommy being Yemen, daddy being Yemen, whatever the situation may be. Once you born here, PMH, doctor's hospital, you should be able to receive your documents, your birth certificate, your passport,
You should,
your NIB.
you should.
Once they get proof that you were born on this soil in this country, you should be able to have those documents.
What about though? Sorry. Let me ask you.
go ahead.
What about the fact that this began with breaking the law?
Right. So
What about that reality? This process began,
Pastor,
with
And Pastor,
with
that's-
child,
breaking
the
the
child,
law.
the child.
The process began
with your parents
with
breaking
with
the law?
the law being broken. And I said I disagree with you know.
No.
But I want us to let's talk about the whole thing
That's
holistically.
fine.
Because
Someone just
some-
asked the question just now, who's on the panel? Let me just qualify. This is Barbershop Talk. This is not there's a panel, but let's make sure we qualify what the show is. This is not a group of experts sitting down. This is typical barbershop conversation, but I'm glad for all of you that tuned in and being a part of the conversation. And please call. Oh, the views are really up high. Good to see all of you. Please feel free to comment. If you want to call in. The number to call is 828-3543. And the number to text, if you want to send a text in, if you're listening by way of radio, TuneIn Radio, or Glow 93.9, you can text or call 828-2543. Sorry, that's the
call. 828-2543
no,
is
what
call.
happened? Something, yeah.
And
Oh,
828-3543 is the text.
you sure? Something, Marisha, I need your help here. Something went wrong just now. So hold on, let me see.
But I sure you can text all too.
Scrolling 828 WhatsApp. All right, 2543 is the WhatsApp. And
3543
3543
is the call.
is the call. 3543 is the call. All right. If you want to call into the show.
But this is my point, right?
Go for it.
I might be stretching myself here.
Go.
But I'll compare it to this. I'll compare it to a father that doesn't want to take care of that child. The child didn't ask to be here.
No.
So even if daddy and mommy come on a boat and decide that mommy of the baby here, daddy and the child fault. The child shouldn't have to suffer for their parents' mistake. You born here. I give you citizenship, I give you documents, or I might even give you residency. I don't have to extend that privilege to your parents.
So,
So
what do
if-
I, so,
go ahead,
so
go ahead,
now
Boris.
what do I do with your parents? Because
now-
because I can be honest
But
with you.
now if I ship my
is-
hold on, if they decide to ship my parents back and ship me along with my parents,
No, not ship you. I give you
Or
just how
deport
you
you.
say. Just how you say. I give you documents. I give you residency. but your parents came here illegally. So you were born here. So I given you what you want. I given you your documents. I given you NIB, but your parents came here illegally. So now that you applied and you list these as your parents, bring your parents' papers. Or they are of Haitian descent. They came here illegally. Okay, no problem. So we can send your parents back, but you could stay here.
At what age?
I mean, at 18.
No, well, at 18, then I can decide if I'm good. My parents, I want to stay here.
No, but this is back to not past the point, but past the situation, and that's why plenty of them don't put in their papers because they know. Okay, mommy and daddy was here illegally, so when I put this in, this could have a little trickle down in the water.
Very valid point.
And so
we don't even consider that element. We don't consider the fact that many of them, the reason they don't apply is because, hold on, I do this now. I'm making mommy and daddy vulnerable. I expose them.
And like you say, they are. You could say whatever you want to say about them, but they are a strong family unit. So
right.
At that point, walk away, but they ain't gonna do that.
But at that point, you 18 now. You was in the current situation. The current situation is you have to apply, right? I using a different situation. I using the situation before the child is even born, or when that child is born, right there and then that child has documentation.
Okay, and I hear you.
So, but you don't think it has no bearing on the fact that there's a legal act. So what you're saying is that if Tito breaks into your house and steals $10,000, takes the $10,000 and buys his pastor a car, you don't think when they arrest him they should come and get the car as well?
Yeah,
they should.
Mm-hmm.
But the pastor needed a car though.
That don't nothing to do with me.
No, but the pastor needed a car.
Pastor, man. See, you are trying to spin this now.
No, I mean, hold on.
The question is, should pastor get locked up?
Yeah.
No.
I can compare stealing money and buying a car.
We talking about
innocence of a child.
We're talking about a crime.
Because pastor innocent.
We're talking about a crime.
He don't know that I stole the money.
Right now, all Tito knows is his pastor need a car. He's a good man. He need to go visit the sick. He need to go to the hospital. Yeah. He need to do the things that the pastor does.
You better get your bus. Get your bus.
No, but he didn't thief the money.
I ain't letting you sit here.
You telling me now that you can deal with me
stealing from a child?
No, crime. The law sees crime.
What?
Does the law not see crime? Right, you broke the law.
So all right. So
again, my job. I only be in the house here. I be in the house here.
You be extra. So listen to me then. If that's the case, right? The laws in the Bahamas. So all right. So the laws by the doctor. What's the laws that goes along with medical care? What laws that goes along with medical care?
Based on understanding, we can't deny nobody.
Right.
So they have to. Once they come into the hospital, they should be treated.
Yeah, we can't deny them.
So if the woman in labor, and she go to the hospital, and that innocent child is born into this world, this child,
we ain't kill the child.
I said kill the child. So why? So why?
If that child need NICU care to get all the treatment they need to get.
So why it's so hard to give the child a passport? So let me ask you a question. Hold on, Garfield. Let me ask you a question. When Bahamians go away, right? When Bahamian parents go away to have their children. Hold on, Garfield,
because you making us feel like
wait.
This is
Garfield.
Wait.
Garfield, wait. When Bahamian parents go to the States to have their kids, those Bahamian parents does not come back to this little town until they get a little passport, that American passport, to bring their child back.
Actually, no.
The parents,
no.
The parents,
You need documents though.
Yeah,
the parents get an American passport?
No.
Okay.
Hold on, but the rules different. Our rules and the same rules.
Are you asking my
if
case?
you are born in the States, you are American.
So that's what
the rules are different.
And that's what I trying to say.
Birth certificate and all those
that's what I'm trying to say. Once the child is even though you jump on the plane to go have this child in the United States of America, right?
And I didn't go there
legally.
I went there legally.
I can give you all some good insight.
I went there legally. So you
so,
trying to compare apples and oranges?
All right, then Garfield. All right, just say I go on a boat. Me and my wife, right?
To
listen now. Hold on. Me and my wife pregnant, right? Me and my wife. Listen, we jump on the boat. I say, listen, bro, I got you in a flight from here. I don't have no passport. I don't have no visa, none of these things. You got your flight from here to Bimini. and I pay somebody a couple dollars to shoot me from Bimini to Florida, and I have my child in Florida, right? What my child getting?
Yes.
Does my child get a Bahamian
rules are different.
American passport?
What do you
I
get?
still I don't get
rules are
nothing.
different.
But so what?
None. So I go there illegally. My child born.
Before we get this thing
Gotta
resolved.
be him in and a Cuba Hajar Rowan on the show.
What we have? What we have?
A Long Island Beeman and a Cuba Hajar.
We got a sheep. We're back on. Okay,
We
those
should
of
be up
you,
now.
those of you that left, I hope you come back. Please come back. I don't even know if you could hear the comeback because you left. So if you had friends that left us, please let them know we're back on. We apologize for that break just now. Don't know.
They say yeah, you're back on.
Yeah. No, I know we're back on. I'll make sure they didn't leave. A lot of folks we dropped down tremendously. Please finish here for this last 15 minutes that we end strong.
But listen, what they saying Garfield. What?
Oh, you call him Garfield.
Yeah, let's get touchy now.
No, sorry, Tito. Keep your foot still. Miss Walker's doing an excellent job as madam producer. I apologize publicly. Publicly, I apologize. Don't call me out like that. People can see me. No, I. When?
On the radio?
Just
No,
now?
you didn't call him.
No, I didn't. See that?
You say doesn't need to be here.
I didn't call their name though. I just only said I could choose be busy. Like, I don't like the body. I apologize. We can talk about this off here. I come deal with that. Look how I get myself in trouble.
You go to get around.
Motorbike, man. That's like you. That's fine. That's just like you. Yeah, man. But I don't agree. I don't think the child should suffer. Now I can say innocent child no more. I just think the child should get papers.
I think so, though.
So it's anywhere else in anywhere else in the world.
I have no choice but to agree.
And is there anywhere?
Anything else would be the height of hypocrisy.
Yeah. Is there anywhere else in the world, to your knowledge, that if the child is born there, they don't get papers?
I am sure we're not the only place that does that. I am sure that. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know if it's plenty places, but I
Oh, no,
I wouldn't
we
believe
sure,
it's the
trust
only
me.
place.
The place where they live, they can't even cross the line
Let me get some comments here
on the
online.
next side.
This is a very interesting point some time back that was made by Jody. She says this, that because people ask that what is the exchange from the Caribbean, and I think this is potent. I love this answer. I wanted to get back to this answer. She said the exchange is human resources, and it's crazy when we value things over human resources, because we've benefited greatly. Because you kept on mentioning the exchange we have from the Caribbean, our brothers in the Caribbean,
Right.
and I think that's one of the greatest exchanges that we have, that we share, in that of human resources. And unfortunately, we don't value it as much.
No,
But
because you know why? Because we entitled to it.
I guess so.
Yeah.
We have gotten just so much expertise,
Mm.
skill sets, technical resources from our Caribbean brothers and sisters.
Everything.
You know, legal support,
You and I know.
and legal assistance.
Yeah.
Where some of the BM doctors study, you know?
Okay.
Cuba? Oh, all right then.
No, right down Jamaica, right there,
Yeah.
Trinidad, right.
Trinidad.
A lot of our lawyers, Barbados,
Cuba.
right in those areas.
All them Caribbean countries.
Yeah.
Who's the best carpenters again? They say people from Abago. So you take that with your grain of salt.
Paulie Johnson says, is he trying to get citizenship? Because yes, you sympathize with him. However, his parents are illegal. We cannot just be born with citizenship, because the legal they're talking about the scenario I painted.
Yeah.
The legal immigration issue will become worse than what it is. Therefore, they have to go back to Haiti or wherever they come from.
They born here. Where you want the young Jody? Where you want the young man go?
So that's Paulie.
Paulie, the young man born in PMH. He ain't never been to Haiti. How you want to go back to somewhere he never been?
Our rules so different here. But
Someone says, Jody answers, are the parents being deported as well? That's the interesting question. Why are you going to deport the parents? When you deport, well, you got to deport it if you can get.
Well, if we deporting the baby, so that's another thing, right? So the minute the baby born, right, to the mother, and the mother can't produce no documentation, then they should call immigration, say, okay, we have Mary Sue here. She just had a child. In about 3 weeks, she should be able to leave. Her and her family, let them go back to wherever they, Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba, wherever they from. Then why they don't do it like that? They let her walk out the hospital as an undocumented person in the country, and then they want now everybody up in arms.
So what you want to happen then is when Grammy goes to the hospital to go see her daughter, go to the clinic, whatever the case is, you want the ready stretch hospital staff now to be handling immigration issues too.
But she say that I based on that comment, she say if we continue let that happen, then the immigration populace will rise.
No,
Right.
she say
But
if you
she said that's indirectly what she said.
Right, but I mean, your scenario is
I say send them back. So take them from the hospital straight to the airplane.
So we
Yeah, so you all hire more immigration officers, station them inside the hospital.
Also,
Gallo, be
so
careful.
you were being tongue cheek then.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
be
I got
careful,
you.
Gallo,
I got you.
Someone might be listening to him and actually do that. careful.
I don't see that happening. Because of what's going to involve. Because then the next question be, we can do it at schools too.
Everywhere.
Then you can do it.
I'm
Then you
gonna
can do
ask
it.
a
You can do it
question.
at the clinics too.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it everywhere.
You know.
See,
So you allow them to go to school, but I think
I
that's
tell her-
why the government said
I tell her what the
when you
problem
reach
is now.
18, if
I
you,
tell her
if
what
you
the
happen
problem
to
is.
make, but Carlo, if you happen to make it to 18, that's what they say down, come apply.
I tell her what the problem
Sure,
is. But
still
you
young.
just say everybody don't get straight. I just tell her what the problem
Everybody
is.
don't get straight.
Let me-
Stop
let me-
hiring these people. All these people, Jamaicans, Haitian, Chinese, stop hiring them. They have nothing to do,
No,
and they got to go somewhere else.
Chinese don't get higher.
Well, you know what I mean.
They do the hiring.
Hello. Vista Tamara says, hello, Kings. I am late. You know, I like to use the hello, Kings. That's why I read it. Say, I'm late, but I'm here nonetheless. Welcome, Vista. Michelle says, this is a valid point as to why many of them don't apply because their parents may be illegal. Absolutely. I didn't even consider that before Burroughs made that point. Paulie says, I agree 100%. So the problem starts, Jody says, down the road, she says, Carlos bought the table yet just now. That wasn't even Jody, that was Paulie. Jody says, so the problem starts at the borders. There must be a better system to repatriate persons as they enter illegally. The problem is that our borders is stretched so far and so wide,
far. And
so it's so hard to police it. People like to make this point about the borders and policing the borders, but you know how borders are.
yes.
They think it's
Listen.
Mexico.
Our borders ain't no joke.
You know
It's
what?
almost like
No
it's,
joke
it's
box.
almost
Yeah.
like
You put a guy on a bicycle and say, "Man, I need you to watch the whole eastern end."
Right.
Cover it.
Right. With bicycle, everybody walking.
Walking.
No, but he might be able to pull it off with a bicycle. No, everybody walking.
Wow.
Nobody walking.
There's no way you can do it.
It's like I hear it all the time. We gotta police our waters, this and that. That sounds cute. That sounds cool. But you know how much waters we gotta police? Just to stop that, and no, like, okay, well, this the route days come. So you believe if we lock that route down, they can find another route. So I mean, I'm saying we ought to, but people make it seem as though it's just so clip your fingers and it's done. What we can do? We can buy 80 boats and put them out there.
From what I heard, though, Pastor, a lot don't come. A lot come by boat, but majority come by plane. From what I understand.
I understand.
More come by plane.
I understand.
I think more come by plane.
I understand that.
So they probably come by plane. They come from the family island after they should take a boat.
Probably right
after they take a boat.
Michelle says, Carlo, facts is facts. A law was broken and the children will be impacted.
Oh man, that's tough.
I mean, yeah. I hear that. Again, I'm only making the case that I'm really being a host here because my views.
I ain't lie. This says. Listen, man, this has nothing to do with me personally. Like,
right.
I mean, me personally, during my situation, I straight. So, I mean, I don't have nothing to do with me, right? But what I'm saying is, I just don't think it's fair. And for her to say a law has been broken, right? And Garfield said, ain't no law broke when behemoths jump on the plane and go have these children, right? But why do that?
No, I'm saying no.
So, like, your children ain't good enough to bond where you so proud to be. You so proud to be a Bahamian, and every July 10th you throw on your Bahamian colors and you walk around your little colors in your hair and you paint your fingernails and all these things. But yet you jump on the plane to go have your child, it's supposed to be a child of the soil in a different country.
Yeah,
and that's cool.
But Gallo,
come on, man.
So Gallo, let's be honest now. So for us, you jump on the plane, you go to foreign. Why do you even to say go to foreign? Because you're trying to eventually, okay, you're looking at the future and this and that. Boom, boom, boom.
So who tell you Miss Pierre ain't trying to look for the future of her child because she got married legally? I gotta stop, man.
No.
Let me finish some more comments online. I see the point. I missed a call here. Carlo, how you miss this man? He's the phone monitor.
I know. That's something that's getting Ralph.
You're probably getting Ralph from Marisha. I'm calling that we missed your call. Please call back if you can. We apologize for missing your call, Mike.
Again, do it.
It's a different number. It could be, but it's a different number though. So please call back and we try to get you in. Michelle says some Bahamians may go away to have babies, but those Bahamians return to their country with their babies. You can return to the Bahamas with your baby without a U.S. passport. The child can return on a travel document. Facts. But that ain't what happens most of the time though, Michelle. Let's get a status and then they will go to school free.
I wait on God. You try to go me all my children on.
The guy.
Every last one.
Hold on, you know what? People was questioning that we lost sound, right? And here comes Damian Longley saying the government must finally find their illegal operation. That's why they cut our sound.
Damian really gotta stop.
Oh God, so the government cut our show. They didn't cut our show, my brother. We all right. We good. We're good. All right. I see some more comments coming here. If we allow them to stay, Polly says it will become too much of a burden. It is a burden now. Our schools are overcrowded. The healthcare system is being abused. They are squatting on land illegally. Now, here's the thing on this burden issue. That's where sometimes I jump off board because there's a lot that they are contributing to the economy of this country.
That's what I say.
And I keep on hearing about this burden thing, right? Yes, we say overcrowding because we see Haitians there. That's what we say. So it's overcrowded. As though the Haitians are not buying services here, are not buying supplies here, and are not paying for services here. I think, and again, I just want us to look at this thing holistically. We talk about pulling the Haitians out of this. Let's say we able to pull out all the persons living here born of Haitian parentage under 40. You pull them out of this country.
We'd be in trouble.
That would put a spank on our economy.
We'd be in major trouble.
And I think that part of the conversation we don't ever consider.
So
when we're having this conversation like this, we don't ever consider that element as though what the Haitians do, they sit on the corner and beg.
They don't. We used to do that. We used to do that.
They sitting there and they begging for money and they begging for this and begging for the other.
Humans just do that. They just
And
walk around the yard and feel like they own them. So let me
me
ask you a question. You see all these
I
drive car on the
did
road?
wrong. I did wrong. I should have kept on going, and I didn't. I commented. Sorry. Let me finish getting some more comments on there. 'Cause I know, and I apologize. Don't forget your point. Let me get the rest of them. I should have never started. I should just read. Paulie says we love all people and accept all people in the Bahamas, but come the right way. I got you, Paulie. I with you.
What's the right way? By plane?
Yeah, come by plane and apply before you reach. There's a way to get a work permit. There's a process to get a work permit. There's a process to get in anything here in this country. And what they're saying is follow the process. The same name Brother Donald said in the US. Follow the process. Peggy says the treaty signed with the OAS, that is not humane to repatriate after having any medical procedure, including giving birth. Truth. Jody says, how long after the procedure?
Here's the call. Here's the call.
The call is back. Let's try to get this call. Hello, caller. Welcome to Barbershop Talk on 93.9. Can you please turn your radio down? Talk to us. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you doing, caller?
The show is a very great show. Watching the show.
Thank you so
very
much.
Informative. I just want to say that this is a very good topic that you're speaking on. We love our Haitian brothers and sisters, and we would love for them to come here and bring their expertise, whether it be teaching or whatever it is that they come here, because a lot of them do come here and contribute very well to our country, and we love our Haitian brothers and sisters. But and we have immigration problem with other nationalities that come from all over to the Bahamas. But they come here in the large masses, and we understand the situation in Haiti. We get the situation in Haiti, and we understand it clearly. And we get it, we understand. And I just feel as though when they come, it's still best to come the right way.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Totally agreed. Totally agreed. Thank you so much for calling in, caller. We totally agree with that standpoint.
Okay. And to Carlos, and I get it. I get your standpoint. And the children are vulnerable. We get it. They are vulnerable. But when their parents come here illegally, okay. So unfortunately, they suffer because of their parents. I understand they didn't ask to be born here, but unfortunately, that is the situation.
Understood.
Carlos, you understand? Carlos, you want something else? You want something else, Carlos?
I understand.
Carlos want to add something else, but he can wait till you hang up, then he can add the rest. Caller, thanks so much for calling. Appreciate your call.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is my thing. I have another question, right? All of a sudden, the majority, not the majority, it was a large number of cars on the road are right-hand drive vehicles.
Yeah, correct.
How many Bahamian-owned right-hand vehicle lots do you know of?
Probably about 2, 3.
I think I know of, let me see. I know 2.
2.
Yeah.
Out of all?
Yeah.
You know 2.
Yeah.
For certain that you can speak as Bahamian-owned. See, and this is my thing, right? And this is my thing. We sit here and we talk about illegal immigrants and coming in the right way, but those that don't come into the right way and develop a business or start a business, and us as Bahamians, we go and we patronize that business
and don't ask a question,
and no questions asked. But then we sit down and say, "Oh, illegal shouldn't be at the phone ringing again."
Let's take this call. Hello, caller. Welcome to Barbershop Talk. You're live on here.
Hi, good afternoon, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing great.
I'm gonna allow Carlo to take this call. So Carlo's the one hosting this call. Take the call, Carlo.
I think you set me up.
You have Carlo's air, caller.
I have something to say in regards to the statement being made in reference to the little illustration that you gave about the gentleman who couldn't get the job because of paper or what have you.
Yes, ma'am.
And being a burden, as you would say that you have an issue with that. My whole thing is, yes, we as Bahamians, we go to the United States and we have our babies there, and some of them do come back, and some of them do stay so the child can have free education and reap the benefits or what have you. However, you will find it very hard pressed for any country to accept illegal immigrants from a country that is economically challenged. That is why, that is my take on why Haitians are always being picked on. I feel, I'm not saying picked on, but people normally would refer to them as illegal immigrants, and as opposed to the Jamaicans, the Chinese, or what have you. It's very hard for us, because for you to take on, and we know they come in droves. So if we to take on everyone who comes, that would cause a strain on our economy. So that is why I think it's always an issue. And not just singling out the Haitians, but you have to, because they are the ones that normally come in masses to the country, and it's hard for us to find any country, the Bahamas, the United States, wherever, who would take on economically challenged illegal immigrants. They would always try to repatriate them. That's all I have to say
Valid
about
point.
that.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your contributions to our show.
Bye.
Thanks for calling, caller. You're extremely humble in your response. You was back down fast, boy.
No, because I just be. No,
I was his best response.
I was just.
He's back down fast.
She know what the show. She know what the radio show is. She be on time. Waiting on you.
No, man.
Just say yes, mom.
Listen, so I understand a bunch, about Haiti being economically challenged, right? But at the end of the day, my point is my points, and I stand by my points. And I can say this again. I don't think the child, I don't care if it's American, if they from New Zealand, Australia, anywhere, and the woman come here and have the child should be a Bahamian citizen. That's my stake. That's my take. One, if we have so much issues or feel like the people from a lesser economic country is such a burden, we need not employ them, support them, and all these things. And then they'll leave and go where they're supposed to be. Wherever that may be.
Or house them.
Or whatever it is. They may jump on a boat and they may go.
That they are the best rent payers.
They'll try and go. They'll try and go to Miami or try and go to Florida or something like that, because if they can't find work here, if Bahamians, so-called, take a stance and say, I'm not going to hire any illegal immigrant to clean my yard, wash my car, cook my food, work in the kitchen, underpay them, do all these things, then they wouldn't have no money, no job, no way to send money back home, and they'll go either back home or somewhere else. But if we continue to hire them, give them somewhere to stay, let them come in and do whatever they feel to contribute to our economy, then we can't complain about it.
You know, our thing is we are not consistent. We're hypocritical. That we say this or this side of our mouth, but then we do something totally.
You know that you have the Africans selling all kind of tires, selling all kind of cars, all kind of things, and instead of you jump in your car and go to Barbie and Tire or AID to buy tire, you all go to the African man
or Clyde.
Or Clyde, or go to
it's affordable.
Go to the African man.
The BMing people killing me.
That's my point.
That's his point.
If we as Bahamians decide that we only can support Bahamians,
so you telling me
we can
buy a $120 tire rather than buying a $55 tire?
Yeah, but the point about it is that $120 tire
right now
be, but from a Bahamian. But
I need to get to work.
You cannot.
I don't have $120.
You cannot use.
I have no choice.
Yeah, but that's back to what Pastor saying.
Yes,
I have no choice.
Yes, you have a choice.
No, I don't.
You cannot use the argument when it benefits you.
I have a business.
And then on top of that, there's the next scenario. The next scenario is that you start building your house.
I gonna tell you.
And Carlo tell you, but listen, my cousin is Jamaican, and this boy is lay blocks, and listen, he do this thing for you at $65 a day, and he can put them blocks up. Now, he ain't got no documents and nothing like that, but this boy can put them blocks.
Because the BM can tell you it's $125.
Right. This is my
And he can come to work.
$65
And he can take my money and go to Miami.
The same person who person who say the hospital crowded, the same person who say that send them back, but don't get them no documents. We'll hire that Jamaican for $65 a day. Man, if you know where that Jamaican is, give me a call, please. And we hired. We are so duplicitous. There's a text that came in. Listen to the show today. Have a situation myself this is interesting though. I think you will hear this. I can let you go. We got to end now. This is a good one. We even didn't get the Shandy Downs yet. Lord Jesus.
That's why we got to continue this.
We got to bring this back. Listen to the show today.
Pete to be up.
Have a situation myself that we were faced with. Both my parents were born as Bahamians, but I was born in England and inherited my Bahamian citizenship from them. However, when my two U.S.-born daughters tried to get their status here, I was not allowed to transfer my Bahamian citizenship to them. And in fact, we applied before one was 18. And because we got the runaround, she can only now have permanent residence, which was finally granted. The other was young enough, so she has full status. This was my plight, but we finally got some resolution, but took a great while and effort to complete the process. I just talking about just the more complications that happens with getting immigration and these things that I sorted out. I represented furthermore, I represented the Bahamas in 1970s at Caribbean Cub Scouts. Interesting, Caribbean Cub Scouts. I mean, I represented at Carifta, the Bahamas, at Carifta. Jamboree in Barbados. I've also played as co-captain of the national junior soccer team for the Bahamas, which meant nothing upon applying for my children's status. So I didn't represent the country, but I still have problems getting status for my children.
Yeah, I don't get this thing twisted.
Anyway, listen, we get ready to get up on here. This is a good one today. We have more to get. Someone say the healthcare system is not being abused solely by foreigners, though, and I doubt they are in the majority. That's another conversation for another time. That's somebody healthcare system.
We can be back next week. We can get on this next week.
Oh, you apologize to that caller?
Yeah, we apologize. You missed that call.
Yeah, we missed that call. We apologize to you. We focus so much on Haitians and Jamaicans that we missed the influx of Philippines coming here by the droves. Nothing against them, but they've fully infiltrated the healthcare system. Let me say this though. I can say this, and I am not picking on any class of people. I have never, ever in my life been asked to give money, being hit up by a Haitian or a Jamaican. I've been getting hit up by Philippines now a lot. I don't know where to start from.
What do you mean getting hit up?
Can I get $5?
That's not true, man.
Okay.
That's where you live.
Well, I know you see them. So all the Philippines I know they make more money than me.
Listen to me. I didn't get hit up. I didn't get hit up in the last 12 months. In the last Corona, I didn't get hit up in the food store.
No, man, ain't no Filipino ask you for no $5 in no food store.
Well, I think Master lie on iRadio.
I didn't get hit up.
Short?
I didn't know.
They hustling? They hustling?
Yes, sir.
Filipinos?
Yes, sir.
In city market?
You can set me up. I say in the food store. In pandemic, in this pandemic, at least 6 times. Never in my life once from a Haitian or Jamaican.
You serious?
Oh, this is my true story.
So I have a quick question.
Kay said, let me get our parents of anchor babies paying tax in the U.S. Ask Tito. Did that person get British citizenship? That'd be interesting to know. Donisia
Come back next week and you'll get the answer.
Donisia says, my husband's opinion, the volume of numbers is the most significant factor about the outrage. No country can sustain itself economically or culturally with a massive influx continuously from any other nation. So I can tell you one thing, you count them on the Chinese, there's plenty. Y'all ain't counting.
Y'all gotta stop supporting them then. Every be a mistake a stance. Stop shopping in the Chinese restaurant. Stop eating Chinese food. Learn to cook it yourself. Stop hiring Asians to wash your car, clean the gas, all these things. Stop buying tires from the African people. Shop Bahamian. If you want to make a stance, do that. Then they don't have no source of income, and then they can park their Georgie bandit and leave. Until you're all ready to do that, you all sit back and keep your thoughts to yourself.
You just make sure I have my mushroom burger for tomorrow.
You don't eat mushroom, man. Yeah, man. Because
On Friday.
Man, I like Master, man. That's upsetting, man.
I love that. Come back next week. We'll be back next week. It's fire. And I think Peter and Sean will be here. We'll be back. Sorry to close the show like that.
Listen, we go on, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. We out of here. Thanks for joining. The numbers have been amazing. I can't hear myself. The numbers have been amazing. We appreciate all of you for tuning in.
Let me apologize once again on the After Marisha, Madam Producer.
Oh, you can get beat up.
We appreciate everything you've done for us.
You can get beat up.
We can't have a show without you. You gave us a theme music. You gave us a logo. You are the backbone of the show. Without you, there's no show.
Just run. Do all the conversation. Just go.
On that note, let me let you know again, today's show is sponsored by the Sport Grill. That happens every Friday and Saturday at the location exactly, Carlo?
Three properties west of Summer Winds Plaza on Hall Road. Just look for the orange gate. We're on the left-hand side, ladies and gentlemen. The big orange gate.
The number to call?
805 Spot.
805 Sport is the number to call. The flyer is right there for those of you on Facebook Live. Please let's support the sport. They are our sponsors. Those on Facebook, those on our podcast, those on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. We out, man. We going to have a blessed one.